What's up guys, Cody here. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about building and creating your goals into reality. So this is my goal creation formula. Really breaks down to 4 things. And I realized this, and you can actually see this quote here. It's my favorite quote. It says, the best way to predict the future is to create it. When I was starting off as a sales rep, I was doing door-to-door sales. I was broke. I had a transaction from the bank hit my account. And I had an overdraft fee and I had $0 and I was just so frustrated. I was just like, why am I just not being successful, right? And everyone around me is like, oh, you can do it, just stay motivated. And again, I was selling at the time. I was really struggling. It was something brand new. I'd never done sales before. Maybe you're in the same situation and you've never done something before. You're trying to figure out, hey, how do I actually get these goals that I want in my life? That's how I was. And then I saw this post, I saw this quote. It says, the best way to predict the future is to create it. I think there's a lot of people that say it, but Dr. Joe Dispenza is who I'm going to give credit to. He said it a lot. And I realized I need to start creating my reality. I'm the creator of my life. And instantly, as soon as I realized that, hey, I've created my situation where I'm at, I gained power over my situation. And I went from selling 1 deal a week, like a couple $100, to selling 6 accounts in 1 day, close to $2,000 in commissions from those sales. And I was just blown away. I was like, holy cow, I am the creator of my life. And if you can just, boom, take that and start realizing, hey, like you are the creator of your life, you start gaining power. You have the responsibility of what's happening to you. You can actually start implementing things and start doing things and start making things happen. And so over the last couple of years, that was back in 2014, so close to 8-9 years ago now, I've been studying intensely about creation and how to actually create your reality, create things into existence. And one of the first laws that I teach people about is how there's invisible creates the visible. So you have things that are invisible, and those are the things that will create what is visible. So the best way I can explain this is like you may see someone with huge muscles and they're just huge and you're just like, oh my gosh, like how did you get that? Well, you can't see what got that to them because it's invisible. But what actually got it to them was things that happened in the past. They were working out, they're eating. Those invisible actions that you can't see today is what's giving you your visible results today. So there's a cause and there's an effect. Okay, there's invisible and then there's visible. And so I started realizing, okay, like, so there's invisible that creates the visible, right? So the immaterial creates the material. Things that you can't see are going to create the things that you do see. So how do I actually start becoming aware of these things? And so this is what the very first thing you got to learn is awareness. Okay, you need to build your awareness of where you currently are. And this creates an immense amount of humility. You have to be humble. You have to take responsibility for your life. And you have to just start taking accountability as well. Of like, hey, where am I currently in my life? So there's different categories that you can go into. So, right, you can be figuring out like, hey, maybe I want to be healthier. Maybe I want to make more money. I'm going to talk about wealth in these examples. Okay, so maybe you want to have this goal of making $10,000 in a month. I talk to a lot of people. This is like their major goal is like, hey, I just want to make $10,000 a month. Okay, it's like, okay, cool. Let's do that. Okay, let's focus on that. Okay, the goal is not what's going to create the thing into existence. It's good to have it as a direction, but it's not the thing that's going to actually create it into reality. This creation formula that I will be showing you is what's going to create this into awareness, into your reality. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is become aware of your current situation. You got to be humble, you got to be honest, you got to take accountability, and then you just like get a stick and just plant in the ground. This is where I currently am. Just be honest. Okay, how much do you make currently a month? 10 grand, 5 grand, 2 grand, whatever it is, 3 grand. For example, let's say you're at 5 grand a month. Okay, that's like average family income for people is 5 grand a month, $60,000 a year. Okay, and you want to get it up to the $100,000 a year. You want to make it about $120,000 a year, $10,000 a month. But you say, hey, this is where I currently am, $5,000 a month. Okay, then after you've built awareness, and another way to build an immense amount of awareness is through pain. And you probably, because you're watching this video, are in some kind of pain. Okay, so you have this pain. Then you want to start to visualize. Okay, This is a V. So you want to start to visualize. So what you want to do is make a vision board. Okay, it's very simple to do this. You can do this on your phone. Okay, and the cool thing about like iPhones, and really most phones, Google or Apple, you can put pictures into albums and you can make this little grid of 9 photos of your, and it's a vision board of the things that you want to create. Okay. Now, honestly, $10,000, you don't want $10,000 just because you can be sitting around saying, hey, I have $10,000. You can just sit here and be like, hey, look, I have $10,000. That's great. It's just going to sit there. Is it paperweight? Like, why do you actually want the $10,000? So this is where you're going to actually start visualizing and find your why. Why do you want something? Why, if you can have a strong enough why, it'll get you through anything. Okay. Usually it's like family or freedom. Those two things, family and freedom, they always tend to show up in my clients, okay? Family, freedom, you want to have the freedom to do what you want to do when you want to do it, right? $10,000 a month. And it's not just to make the money. Once you actually start making $10,000 a month, you start realizing, hey, I don't really want $10,000 a month. I want the money. I want the freedom that comes from having the money so I can buy my time back. I can buy an hour or two a week from mowing my lawn. I can buy an hour or two a week from going somewhere I don't want to go, right? And you want the freedom. So you want to get pictures that will depict this. I just put numbers on there just for fun, okay? So once you start visualizing it, put together a vision board, and this is something you're going to meditate on and look at. I used to call these creatitations, like you're creating and you're meditating together. Creatitations right here through your vision board. Just go on Google right now, save a couple photos, about 9 photos, just really whatever comes to your mind first. Whatever comes to your mind first, put those down and put them onto your vision board, and you're going to review this. Put a reminder on your calendar to review your vision board morning and night. And if you had to choose one time, do the nighttime. That's going to give you the best. Now just do it both. And just do it both times. 1 minute a day. In the morning, 1 minute at night. Okay? Nighttime is really great because you can think about it, meditate on it, look at them, and then you'll sleep all night long dreaming and thinking about it, and your brain will process ways of how you can actually start to accomplish these goals and bring them into reality. Cool thing is when you start visualizing and telling your brain like, hey, this is what we're looking for, your brain will start looking for those things, and you may be passing people, opportunities, resources every single day, but you just don't see them because you're passing by them because you're not telling your brain that it's important. There's so many inputs of everything that's happening, everything you're hearing, you're seeing, tasting, feeling, and your brain has to decide like what's important, so it actually lets you know. And so you actually will tell your brain what's important through these pictures, through the repetition, and then your brain will start seeing those opportunities and you can start doing the next thing, which is taking action. Okay, you need to start taking actions towards your goals. It's pretty easy. You can just, sometimes it's hard to know like what do I need to do to accomplish this goal? Here I am, here's my goal. How do I get there, right? And sometimes it's hard to know everything that needs to happen and you're not actually really needing to know everything that's going to happen. Think of it just like a staircase. You can only see one staircase at a time or one step at a time. Everything else is blacked out. That's all you're looking for is that one step to get you closer and closer and closer to your goal, okay? So just think of like, what's the one thing every single day that I can do? Eventually, this is going to turn into a habit. Usually, there's like one-off things that you can just do just once, but then there's like a habit thing that you need to do on a repeated basis, right? So, for example, like if you're wanting to make more money, you may need to find a vehicle. And when I say vehicle, I mean like a method of a way of increasing your income. If you're in sales, then you can be like, okay, well, I need to study sales. I need to study sales every single day. I need to study for 10, 15 minutes every single day on how to sell. Or marketing. I need to study marketing every single day for 10, 15 minutes. So that way it's just a habit, right? You're able to continually to grow. And then as you learn and as you grow, and you're starting taking action, you realize, oh, I need to actually read this book. Boom. Then you can say, my goal today is to just buy the book. My action today is just to buy the book. Okay. Now, the cool thing is, if you can see what I've done here, these are the invisible things. These are the physical things. These are things that are starting to return. That when you take action, you're doing something. These are the invisible things, like the mindset things, and then they transition into action. And then the last step here is creation, or these are the results that you make. Okay, for every action, is a result. There's a cause and there's an effect. So these are the effects of the actions. It's really good to learn from these, right? Be honest. Again, and this is kind of where the whole cycle, it's cyclical, starts to happen, is these results, they allow you to learn and grow and expand your awareness. Maybe you failed. Maybe you didn't reach your target. Maybe you struggled. Maybe you didn't even accomplish your habit, right? That's where it's important to evaluate. You evaluate, you learn, you track, you measure, and it kind of goes over here as well. You're tracking and you're measuring what you're doing. And so then you can look at a graph and you'll be able to see like, look, I'm growing. And it's not going to be like straight, but you can say, oh, I'm going up or I'm going down. I'm going up, I'm going down. And then you can make adjustments and then you do it all over again and again and again and again. And this is that creation process. Now, cool thing about this cycle is you may feel like, oh, I'm just going in a circle, but it's actually like a cyclone. You're actually moving, and it's like a vortex. You're moving upward and upward and upward, and you're going higher and higher and higher and higher. Every single time you go through this cycle, you get better. You improve. So if you guys want to learn more about this, click the link down below. It's my goal creation journal that I have helped put this together and help you be able to keep track of your habits, keep track of your vision board. Everything is in my goal creation journal. It comes with a bunch of free trainings as well. So if you guys are wanting that, next steps will be to get the goal creation journal. It's free right now. You just cover the shipping and handling. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Go out, be great, and create your freedom.